Hi, welcome to our Folkloric Symbol show on Metro TV. On this episode, we are talking about the Ga symbol. We are doing this in collaboration with the National Folklore Board, and we are sponsored by Danwell Insurance. We also share proverbs on this program, so you don't want to go anywhere. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Today, as I said earlier, we have a Ga symbol that we are going to be talking about today. That symbol is like the symbol of the Ga people. It's like what you use to identify the Ga people. If you want to talk about them and you don't have to use words, that's what you use to describe the Ga people. So I want you to stick and stay and see the symbol. That is a symbol on your screen. We have an elephant. And on it, on the elephant, is an antelope, not a deer. It's an antelope. And around it is a leaf that you always see around Ga, Wulome, and other, your chiefs and others. Seriously, I don't know the name in English, but my people here are going to tell me the name of that leaf in English. But we call it Nyanyara. I hope I got it right. Okay, so in the studio today we have Mr. Gyasi Ankrah. He's a Ga historian. And we also have Nii Arde Tagoe, who is also a Ga historian. Today I have two very good historians for you, so it's going to be packed with history. The symbol is going to die today. Really, we are going to really dissect everything about that symbol and tell you. You'll be fascinated. Nii, I'll call you Nii, because I call all Ga men Nii. Yes, sir. Nii, please tell us, why the elephant and why the antelope? For Nyanyara, we understand it's words of evil, but why the elephant and why the antelope?
Very good question. Most people see this symbol and they don't understand why it came about. Now, this very symbol was adopted before the War of Dodowa, which was fought in 1826. Why did it happen? It happened this way. There was the menace of the Ashanti coming to the coast. They had earlier embarked upon an expansionist program, attempting to seize the Fanti lands. So there was war, which was fought at Insamanko in 1824.
Where is Insamanko right now?
Insamanko is in the western region.
It's in the western region, okay.
Yes. There is a small town near it called Bonsaso.
Okay.
And the war actually was fought inside Bonsaso, but because it was a very tiny village, okay, Insamanko, which was the bigger town next to Bonsaso, rather gave name to that very battle. And they called the Battle of Insamanko. The Ashantis came there with the intent of taking the coastal lands. But information got to Cape Coast. By then the British were in the Cape Coast Castle. And they also relayed the message to their counterparts in Jamestown. They are also in the James Fort. So message spread that Ashanti was coming, that kind of thing. And so the whole of the coastal lands got themselves informed, waiting for the presence of Ashanti. And so after the Battle of Nsamanko, 1824, the Ga people went to assist the Fantis, and the role they play made the Ashantis not to be able to take the Fanti lands. So the Ashantis vowed that they would come down and punish the Ga people. Their intent was, according to them, push the Ga into the belly of a very tiny fish. If this is said about you, it means that they are coming to annihilate all of you. Wow. So when the Ga heard that Ashanti had organized and was coming down to the coast again, they called all the coastal towns But again, if the coastal towns could get themselves together to help fight Ashanti, who would lead the battle? So the frontage was divided into 4. The Dangbe front, the La, the Nungwa, and Gamashi. Now, when you are to make us look at the symbol that you showed, the elephant and the antelope, it is the symbol for Gamashi. Whenever we talk of people, don't let us only relate to our brothers and sisters at Jamestown, Bukom. They are not the only Ga.
Okay.
They are called Gamashi. People of La are Ga. Teshi Ga. Nungwa Ga. Tema Ga. Osu. Even though they migrated from Usudoku, Dangbe, they are now Ga. So we have divisions of the Ga. But this symbol is for Gamashi. The one to lead Gamashi to the Dodowa War, which was in 1826, when the Asantis came down, became a problem. Until the deity called Sakumo spoke with a human voice. And the voice that came out of the fetish room came with a male voice. And it declared that it would not want a royal to go lead this very war. But he, the deity, will appoint somebody to come and lead the Ga forces. And the one that he appointed happened not to be of a Ga blood, but of a Fanti blood. And so when this man came down, the deity appointed him. When he came down to lead the war, it was like the indigenes of the Ga blood were not happy. Because
what's the name of this man?
Say that
What's
again.
the name of this man?
This man, by the history of the land, he was called Kumi, but the name is Techi. So Techi Kumi. Techi Kumi. So Techi Kumi has been corrupted. Now it is Taki Kumi. So Techi Kumi, when he came to lead the Ga people, the indigenes became annoyed and they weren't happy about he leading them. But he went to face the Asantis and there was total victory. When he returned, the same fetish said, for his deeds, he must be rewarded. They had to carve a stool for him to sit on this very stool and again proclaim his, not his power, but his rule over the people. The Ga were still not happy about this. So the deity declared that even though the man would sit on a stool, the leadership of the Ga by then were the Asre. So the Asre must make a heart out of the skin of an antelope and place this very heart on the head of Techikumi, who is now Takikome. Now it is this heart, when placed upon the head of the one who should ever be declared as Gamanche, the heart will make you Gamanche. You can be nominated or elected, then every sort of right must be prepared for you to be a Gamanche. But without the antelope heart, you haven't gotten to the level that you can be called a Gamanche. So it is the antelope heart that makes you the overall or as a Gamanche. Now, this very act was symbolic. It was symbolic. It has a meaning. And if it should be a meaning, then there has to be a totem to go with this. when we talk about a totem, it is an acceptable act created into a form of an object which all must accept that when this is presented or when this is shown, it takes you to the originality of the people who own it, and at the end it is an identification.
The heart, the antelope heart.
The antelope heart.
It's an idea. Nii Arde, I know you know the story too. But Nii, the question is, why the antelope?
Yes, the antelope represent the entire Ga nation.
Okay, why? Why that particular animal? Is there anything special about it?
It's talking about wisdom. It's showing the intelligence behind the strongest of the Ga state. So they are telling you that the antelope, being the light-skinned animal, stands on top of the elephant.
Okay.
And the elephant represents the other nation.
Okay, the other nation of the Ga, like the Ga.
Other nation beside the Ga people.
Oh, okay.
The other nation who also stand the residents with the Ga people. Because the Gans were not living here alone.
Oh, who were they living with?
See, they have other subordinates like that, Aquamoons, the Fantis, which Ankrah Gyasi mentioned earlier on, the Nachin people, which the Gans were living with.
Okay.
So the elephant represents other nations.
Okay, let's get this
and the
right.
antelope represents the entire Gandangwe people.
Okay, let's get it right. These other nations, are they originally here or they are guests of the Gans? The Achims, the Kwamus that you mentioned.
Yes.
Were they guests of the land or they can also lay claim to Ga land?
They were living at the interlands.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so during wars and invasions, we formed what we call unity.
Okay.
And so we became, because of alliance, that the Gans came to, some of them came to negotiate and fought the Aquamus.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the Nyaira around the, first of all, the Nyaira, what's the name in English?
We call it Iso.
Iso?
Yes.
Okay, why is the Nyaira around, the Isop around there?
It drives away negative
Nyanyina.
The Nyanyina drives away negative energies.
Okay.
And aside that, you also use it for medicinal purposes. Yes.
So
like as Ankrah Gyasi said, I want to continue from there.
Okay.
The antelope represent the entire Ga nation. Okay. And the elephant represent the other subordinate living with the Ga people.
Okay.
So before one could ask, how could an antelope get on top of the elephant?
Elephant, yeah.
Because if there's no unity, the antelope will not get on top of the elephant.
Okay.
So my wisdom, which is telling you that what you want to achieve in life, anybody who goes by fame, greatness, or grace or favor, it is through wisdom, not by physical mind.
Okay. Okay. So the antelope represents wisdom.
Yes.
Wow. Nii, the antelopes, did you have a lot of them in Ga land?
Used to be
so
much in the land.
Tell us about it.
Now we have them of different types. The antelope is the smallest, but the deer, which looks similar to the antelope, the deer is bigger. Now in Ga, we have a type of a deer called Doom. Doom. Now, Doom looks like what the Winneba people also catch for their festival. Abwachiri. But the Doom is darker. Okay. But the Winneba one has a brownish color with some white spots in it. Okay. What the Winneba people catch here in Ga, we call it bajelo.
Oh, okay.
But the Doom has a darker skin. Okay. So where you can find more of this Doom, Ga give a name to the area. Like we have Doom Ko Na. Okay. As you approach my 11 Kaswa Road, there is a shop right, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right.
We call the area Doom Ko Na. more of the Dun
Were there.
used to be found there.
So that was how come the place was named Dunko now.
exactly.
Okay.
Then we have Legon.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with learning.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting, my
The
God.
Le
Okay.
is another form of the Dun
Okay.
or the deer.
The deer. Or the
They
antelope.
are also found there. They don't have long pointed ears, but they have broad ears. But when you look at it, them standing by each other, you might think it's the same, but no. Deer, when you go to the temperate lands, they have the reindeer.
Yes.
It is the same type of deer, but their horns
Yeah.
in the temperate lands seem to be divided into
Stars,
branches,
yeah.
you know,
Stars, yeah.
but it's the same deer. Then you go to East Africa, they have the waterbuck. It is also a deer, but the head is bigger. But the antelope is so small.
Okay.
And the antelope is found in the Kasua. Today, the township we call Kasua. Kasua, then another Denchera, you know, those areas.
Odupongpe.
Dupongpe, Aikan Dobro.
Okay.
The antelopes
That's the
are
original
found
name of
there.
Kaswa.
That's the original name
Name
of
of Kaswa. It's
Odu-
called
Odupongpe.
Odupongpe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's
But,
the Odupon?
Odupong means the meeting of chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Odupong.
Odupongpe. Okay. Okay.
Meeting
So the
of royals.
okay. You were talking about the
antelope.
Legon.
Legon.
Bits.
So the animal is called
Le.
but because they are found on the hill out there, the name of the hill became Legon,
Legon.
which means when you go there, you get more of the
Le.
to hunt or you take them as game.
So the whole history of someone would say, oh, these people are revising history. The whole history about Nii gone. It's not really true.
No,
No,
it's leg gone.
It's the
Because
leg.
animals normally comes from the hill and come and eat what the farmers were growing at that time.
Oh,
So they
interesting.
start were killing them. So leg gone.
Like, are they,
And
do,
you're gone now. They were
do
coming
we
from-
still have those kind of species around, or they are extinct
Oh,
now?
now not that they are extinct, but because of expansion of the townships,
Modernization and globalization has
they've-
yes.
they've gone
moved away.
far.
Wow.
Wow. So then, on the same issue of Legon,
Yeah.
I heard there was one school of thought says that there was a particular god there. So that god of the place is actually Le. So that one too is not true.
No,
So
no,
there was no god there.
There was no God there.
There was no god there, and that land belongs to which people of it?
It's shared among three people. Osu takes a share, and then La takes a share, and Nungwa also takes a
It's
share.
a share. Okay, so this Gamashi symbol, the fact that it's distinct, can you describe the other Ga symbols? Because this is Gamashi. The one we are
Gamashi.
describing is Gamashi. So then are there...
He is from Bese,
Yes.
so Bese also has their symbol.
Bese used the lion.
The lion.
But the lion is generalized for the whole Bese clan. But there are families within Bese, they also have the lion, but they have some symbols attached to the lion.
Okay.
Like when you go to Ade Akwawe, they have the lion with a gun inside the mouth of the lion.
Okay, so do you use the lion because they said the basic people are the Adonting of Accra?
Yes, it
Ga
shows
people,
the
Gamashi.
authority, their symbol of authority,
Okay.
and their military prowess,
Okay.
their fighting experience. Because the founder of the dynasty, which is New Kanja, was a fighter.
Okay.
He was a warrior too by then. He was fighting people all over.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he was using lion as a symbol to express their military prowess.
Okay. Okay. Nii, can you tell us, in terms of communication, how the Ga people, those times, communicated with their symbols?
It isn't only symbols that helped in communication,
Okay.
but there are various forms of language that is expressed in different ways.
Symbolic language.
Yeah, symbolic language.
Yeah.
Now, they might set fire, and as the smoke rises, it's a form of a language.
Okay.
And again, they have dance forms. The way they pick their steps and contort their bodies is also language. Like somebody dancing to ubonu, bigger drums, and there's the sound could make you contort your body and it gives you the dance.
Wow.
If you don't take care, you might dance and somebody will say, you have insulted me. So it's a language.
Okay.
Then again, we have other gestures, like the fingers can be used. When we say this, it means come, go.
Yeah.
It's a typical Ghana language.
We don't want to go into that. But Nii, coming to the current dispensation, with that symbol, in 1 minute, of 1 minute, I would like to know how that symbol is still able to make the Ghans look, or seemingly look, united. We know the problems that the Gamashi is having. I don't want to go into the other Ga clans, but Gamashi, for instance, we know the problems that in terms of chieftaincy and all that. So the question is, how is this symbol impacting you in any way? Is it still relevant?
It's still relevant because I said earlier on, before one gets to the top, you need the backing of another. So there should be unity. If there's no unity, how can we get to the top? We cannot get to the top without the help of another person.
That's a problem. So now we know what is going on in Gamashi.
Yeah.
Is it still relevant, the symbol, to us?
If that symbol is not there, there will be no Gamanche.
Okay.
Because
anytime a Gamanche appears, his presence must be heralded by that symbol.
Okay.
And wherever that symbol is, it tells you that the Gamanche's presence is there.
Yes.
Is there.
The authority of the Gamanche is there.
Is there.
Yes.
Wow.
And this symbol is also shared by the people of Nungwa.
Okay.
Nungwa also use this symbol.
But there's a slight difference.
The Gamashi one, the elephant is bigger than the Nungwa one.
Oh, okay. The Nungwa one has a small elephant. Really like to go to. This is brought to you by Danwell Insurance, and it's in collaboration with the National Folklore Board. I told you earlier that we also have proverbs. So we have a Ga proverb we want to share with you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So let's see the proverb. You've seen our proverb, and it reads, "Shalafo echon shalafo be." But Nii Arde has a problem with that particular proverb. Let's hear what he has to say.
What I want to say about that is that it's not oshilafo echon oshilafo be, but it's rather oshilafo echon be.
Okay. Okay.
Now the meaning here is, if you are blind, you definitely cannot lead somebody onto a
Makes
course.
sense.
Now, blind here is not like we know the person is blind. But we have another one which says that bo hingbe blele ikena noko noko noko. You are blind. It means if you are a stranger in a community, there is nothing you would know inside the community. So every stranger is blind.
Every stranger is blind.
Is blind.
Because you don't know anything.
You don't go anywhere. Imagine you are being chased. Where do you go? Where do you pass? And that's how it is. So, oshilafo, echon oshilafo be. If you don't know nothing, there isn't anything that you can express. You don't know, you don't know.
A stranger can't lead a stranger.
No, stranger can't lead a stranger. And it is like that.
Because if you're a stranger and somebody says, "Oh, I'm looking for BC," and you don't know BC, how can you show the person BC? You cannot.
Like my way to this place.
Okay. Okay.
I asked, where is Metro TV? And somebody said, go straight.
Okay.
Go straight and turn left. When you turn left, go straight and turn left again. And you will see a building. This kind of, direction is so difficult.
It's so difficult.
But the one who knows will
Yeah.
just give you identification. You see this, that, and you are there.
There.
And that was how I came.
Or the
Oh,
person
okay.
can maybe give you a
nice.
landmark.
A landmark,
Yeah,
exactly.
When you reach Alisa Hotel, ask of Metro TV, they will show
They'll
you.
show you.
Show
Okay.
the person knows Metro TV.
Okay, so in what expression can I use this proverb? What expression? In what ways can I use it? Is it only in directions, or maybe even if in terms of giving out knowledge or something? I say, hey.
Oh,
academically,
what we try saying is that if you don't know the formula,
okay,
you can never get the answer. If you don't know the formula, you can never get the answer.
Okay, okay.
Let's talk about leadership. If you
Leadership.
leadership qualities. If you don't have the leadership qualities, how can you lead?
Anukwale, if you don't have it, you can't lead.
You can't lead. You go astray.
Thank you so much, Nii Gyasi Ankrah. Thank you for gracing our studios. And Nii Arde Tagoe. Nii Arde is a Ghana historian. Nii Gyasi Ankrah is also a senior Ghana historian, and it was an amazing discussion. I mean, this is sponsored by Downwell Insurance, and it's brought to you in collaboration with the National Folklore Board. And thank you very much for staying with us. See you next time.